Hello class, my name is John and I will be your coding instructor for web development. Alright, web development is a wide field of its own and it's actually a branch of computer programming. Now that we know that the web development is a branch of the computer programming, that means it's very essential for us to know the meaning of computer programming. Okay, so what is computer programming? Computer programming simply means giving a set of instructions to the computer to perform desired task. Alright, so you want your computer to do something, what do? You give it instruction and then it's going to perform that task that you want it to perform. That is computer programming. Alright, so computer programming has a lot of branches such as application development, okay, those that develop mobile application and desktop applications, okay, DevOps and cloud programming. That's another aspect of computer programming also. Another aspect of computer programming is the cyber security, okay, cyber security. We have database management programming, all right, and we also have game development. So computer programming is a very wide field and it has a lot of branches. Web development is one of them, and that is what we are going to be going through, all right, through the course of our classes. Now, web development. What is web development? Web development is the process of creating and building websites and web applications. Alright, so when you hear web development, it's not just building websites, okay? It encompasses all tasks that involve providing web-based solutions. Alright, so it is not just websites, it involves building of websites and web applications. Don't worry, you are going to know the difference between websites and web applications as we go on with the class. Okay, so the web applications, all right, the web development, okay, web development has two main branches. That's the front end and the back end, all right, the front end and the back end. As the names imply, all right, the front end is simply involve the visuals, okay? The front end simply involve the visuals. So when I say visuals, it means what the users are going to see, the user's interface and the user's experience, all right? So front end focuses on the user interface and the user's experience. So anything you are seeing on a web page or on a web application, all right, that is the work of the front end. And then we also have the back end, all right? Back end, as the name implies, okay, involves building of API, all right, involves interaction with the database. The database is a structured environment, okay, where data can be kept. So kind of a container like you are seeing on your screen right now, okay, where you can keep data, where you can store things. So the backend development involves interaction with the database, all right? Now, there are other aspects of web development, okay? Web development, like I told you, is a wide field of its own. So it's not just front end and back end, okay? We also have other branches like the web APIs. So as a web developer, you can build an API for a mobile application developer to consume, okay? Let me use the Facebook as an example, all right? So as a web developer, you can actually build API for a mobile application developer to consume. Facebook as an example. You can open your browser and then you enter the URL www.facebook.com. Alright. When the page loads, you see that you are able to log in through the web application, okay, through the site. Are you getting me? So you are able to log in, and you can also use your mobile phone. All right, you use your mobile phone and open the application, the downloaded application on your phone, the installed application. All right, and you can also log in through your mobile phone. Why? Now, when you are on the mobile app or on the website, if you input a wrong password, you get to see an error message like uh, wrong password or username. Okay, and if you're also doing that on your mobile application, you still get the same error message. Why? Because there is a web API that's being consumed by that mobile application. So once you enter your password and email, you are actually sending a request, okay, and that request is made possible through web APIs. So we are going to learn more about that in the course of our classes. All right, so web API is another branch of the web development. We also have responsive web design. Responsive web design simply means making your web application or website to be accessible on all platforms, all right, on all platforms and screen sizes. So you see the Facebook, for example, you can view the Facebook on your mobile phone using the browser or using the application, and you can also do that on your system, okay, on a laptop which has a different screen size. So that is responsive web design, making your web application or website to be accessible on all platforms, all right, to be accessible on all platforms and screen sizes. Okay, we also have the web frameworks. All right, the web frameworks are structured environments that makes work of web development to be easier, okay, and efficient. All right, and we also have full stack development. That's another branch of web development. Full stack, as name implies, full stack. So full stacks involve front end and back end. So as a web developer that has knowledge of front end development and back end development, you are a full stack developer. All right, and then we also have the version control. The version control is another branch of the web development, and it involves the process, okay, the process of tracking code, and collaboration of code. So through the version control, you are able to track code. As a person in Nigeria, you're working on a project with another person, maybe outside the country, maybe in UK, all right? So as a web developer, with the help of the version control, you are able to track your code. You're able to track what you've done from time to time, and you are able to collaborate with the person who is not here. All right, you're able to know, okay, this is what this person has done, even though the person is not here, with the help of the version control. All right, another branch of the web development is web hosting and deployment. Web hosting and deployment. So this simply involve web application being uploaded online. Okay, so making your web application or website to be accessible on the internet, that is deployment and web hosting. So in the course of our classes, we are going to come up with projects, and this project, we're not just going to have this project on our systems, all right, we are going to deploy them. So when I say deploy, we are going to put them online so that they will be accessible on the internet. That is web hosting and deployment. Okay, so those are the branches of web development. Now there are a lot of real life solutions that have been provided by web development. All right, so web development has provided a lot of real life solutions for real life problems. Example, the e-commerce. All right, e-commerce like Jumia, Gigi, Amazon. All right, there are real life solutions provided with the help of web development, with the knowledge of web development. All right, content management systems, portfolio websites, educational platforms, social media platforms like the Instagram, X, Facebook, and all mention them. All right, they are all solutions provided by web development, by the knowledge from web development. All right, blog sites, news and magazine sites, community forums, and a lot more. So be with me in this course, because at the end of this course we are going to learn a lot of things, and we are going to come up with projects that will serve as solutions to real life problems. How does the web work? Let's quickly talk about how the web works. All right, the web, World Wide Web, www. Okay, so how does the web work? When you open your browser and then you enter URL, you have something on the address bar. You see https colon / facebook.com. Okay, that's an example of URL. Okay, so the URL, when you enter the URL, you're actually sending a request to the server where you have the document. So your page loads. Now what you are seeing on your page is actually a document that was sent from the server to your browser. Okay, so be with me in this class and we are going to go through the processes, all right, through the process of building the document, all right, building the project, putting it online, and then we'll be able to access it. All right, so like I said, when you enter a website, all right, it's actually loading for you a document from the server. And so we are going to do that because after coming up with projects, we are actually going to put them online. We are going to deploy them and then they will be accessible everywhere. You'll be able to access them everywhere, putting them online in a server. All right, so the HTTP is actually a language that the browser, that is the client, uses to communicate with the server. All right, that's why your URL has HTTPS and then you have column / the name or the domain of the site. All right, so this HTTP is what helps the browser to communicate with the server where you have the document. Okay, so you send a request and the server is bringing for you a response. So the response that you get, the browser will interpret it line by line and then you have your web page. Okay, don't worry, you are going to know more about this. Okay, so just stay with me through the course of this class. So in the course of our classes, we are going to learn a lot of things. So HTML, number one, we are going to learn about HTML, all right? HTML is used to write out the content of the page, the content and structure of the page. So we are going to learn about HTML. Under HTML, we are going to learn about HTML tags, HTML attributes, all right, and HTML global attributes. We're also going to learn about HTML multimedias and HTML forms. So a lot of things to learn under HTML. So don't forget, the HTML is actually used for the content of the web page and for the content and the structure of the web page. All right, we're also going to learn CSS. The CSS is used for styling. All right, so the CSS is what we are going to use to make our web page to be beautiful. All right, and with the help of the CSS, we'll be able to come up with animations. All right, so under CSS, we are going to learn about pseudo elements. All right, we're going to learn about properties and their values. All right, we're going to learn about how to target elements. Okay, and we're also going to learn about CSS animation. JavaScript is a programming language. All right, a programming language simply means a human readable way of communicating with the computer. All right, so you are going to learn a programming language, the JavaScript. All right, so with the help of the JavaScript, we'll be able to make our web page to be functional, to be interactive. All right, so the web page is interactive and functional with the help of the JavaScript. Okay, and under the JavaScript, we are going to learn about variables, arrays, functions, conditional statements, and so on. So with the help of the JavaScript programming language, all right, we'll be able to come up with some projects like financial calculator and others. Now we also have jQuery. jQuery is a JavaScript library. Okay, so it's a library and it's going to provide for you a kind of easier way of writing your JavaScript code. It's a JavaScript library. All right, Now, we're also going to learn about MySQL. MySQL is an open source relational database management system, okay? And it is widely used for web-based applications and services. So it's a database management system. So we are going to learn about MySQL. Then PHP. PHP is a server-side language. A server-side language is a programming language that you are able to use to communicate, all right, to interact with the database. Okay, so with the help of the PHP as a programming language, as a server-side language, we'll be able to interact with the database using our PHP code. All right, Ajax. Ajax. We're also going to learn about Ajax, all right? So the Ajax helps us to send and receive response, to send requests and to receive response either from a server or from the database, okay, without reloading the page. So with the help of the Ajax, we're able to send requests and receive response without reloading the page. On a norms, when you send a request, okay, the page reloads. But with the help of the Ajax, all right, the page is not going to reload. We'll be able to send request and we'll also be able to receive response without the page reloading. Okay, all right. We're also going to learn about cPanel, the cPanel. So the cPanel is actually a control panel, and it is widely used in web hosting industry to simplify websites and server management tasks. All right, so with the help of the cPanel, we're able to upload our project. That's called deployment. Okay, remember when I was talking about the branches of web development, I said web hosting and deployment. So with the help of the cPanel, we are able to deploy our project, all right, so that it will be accessible on the internet. All right, so we are going to learn about the cPanel. Okay, we'll learn about the cPanel, and then the last thing on the list here, okay, is Laravel. Laravel is a PHP framework, and the framework, I think I've talked about that. A framework, okay, is a structured environment that makes coding to be more efficient. Okay, so with the help of the Laravel, which is a PHP framework, we'll be able to build web applications more efficiently. All right, we'll be able to build applications more efficiently. So that is that. In the course of our next, in our next class, so that is that. In our next class, we are going to be installing IDEs. All right, IDEs. We'll talk about IDEs, and then you'll be able to create your first web page. So stay with me in the next class, because in your next class, you are actually going to start your journey as a web developer. Thank you all. See you in the next class.